Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, tonight I want to talk about Ethereum and how this next leg up could pump ETH or Ether up to as high as $12,000. I think Ethereum is a L1 that a lot of people are overlooking. They feel like it's too big, kind of like Bitcoin. But I'm here to tell you, this is one L1, one network protocol you don't want to miss out on. So, let's get started. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 3 welcomes. That's a proper welcome. All right, well, let me change my screen here. So what's going on with Bitcoin? Let me talk about it real quick and then go into the main topic, which is Ethereum. You can see right now Bitcoin is just not doing much right now. 56.3, about the same as this morning. You could see that Bitcoin is still in this channel, right? I drew this out, I don't know, a week ago or so, and it's still within this channel. One interesting note is, and I have something else to back this too, is you could see it during September when Bitcoin fell down to 40,000, and this was the point where a lot of people thought that Bitcoin was going to fall back down to 30s, or maybe it was the end, it was going to fall down to 10,000. No, it didn't, but you could see that it did hold here for, quite some time, about a week or so, right before it came right back up. And it kind of reminds me of right now, how we're kind of just going sideways for a little bit, right? But all indications, all indicators, all metrics indicate that Bitcoin is about to go up. And you can even see here on the MACD down here, it's about to flip to green as well. And this is on the daily chart. But there are a few good things to talk about with Ethereum. Number one, options expiration. I talked about this morning. The max paying price is about 57,000, right? And that just happens to be where we're hovering. So after expirations tomorrow, we could definitely see that big boom upwards, which is interesting because I felt like today something held Bitcoin back because the equities market was actually doing pretty good today, except Bitcoin, which was weird, right? So it felt like something was holding it back, and it could be because this options expiration. So that's number one. So this could be lifted tomorrow. And number two, I mentioned about, these bottoms here, 40,000, 30,000 are where we are now. So someone looked at on-chain exhaustion, okay? And you could see that during the last few times where Bitcoin went down, when it had that breather, right? Seller exhaustion bottoms out, then it starts rising, and then you see Bitcoin go up in a big way. So over here back in July, right, when Bitcoin fell back down to about 30,000, this was when Bitcoin fell down to about 40,000, and this is where we are right around 56,000, right? A lot of similarities. But anyways, so that's Bitcoin. I do think that a big move is right around the corner. I don't have to remind you guys. Santa rally, last month of the 4-year cycle, last month of this year, right? There's a lot of things going for Bitcoin. Now, what about number 2 on the list? Besides Bitcoin, what about Ethereum? Okay, Ethereum is doing very, very well. In fact, if you go back just a little bit, if you go back for example, 30 days, it's down only 3% versus Bitcoin's 11%. You go down 90 days, it's up 14% versus 12%. But you go back 1 year, it's up 656% versus 195%. So Ethereum is definitely moving. And right now you can see it's not far off from its previous high. Yesterday it was actually very close. It was only about 3% off. Today's a little bit further, about 7% off. But I do feel like they have a lot of room to grow, just like Bitcoin. And unfortunately, a lot of people are looking at other chains right now and completely off the ETH bandwagon, which I think is a mistake because I think everyone should hold on some Bitcoin and hold on some Ethereum at this point. So let me show you why it's important. First of all, I have this exclusive chart from TechDev, which you will see on CryptosRUs.com tomorrow, but I'm sharing it with you guys ahead of time. And you guys know TechDev is famous for fractal patterns, and he has made many comparing Bitcoin to 2017 cycle. Here's one where he's comparing ETH to 2021 versus 2017. And again, he's looking at a couple different things. First of all, the important point, and that is the top, that's a Fibonacci level at 4.236. But then looking at comparisons, for example, this initial run up, then there's an all-time high rejection, then an all-time high retest, and that happens to be where we are right now, and then the end of the year pump. And if you look at 2017, what happened? Ethereum went from $420 to over $1,200 within a very short amount of time. So if you do the same kind of calculation, where it is now about 4,700, if it goes to that same top point, about 4.236, that puts Ethereum at $12,000 and beyond, right? So very, very interesting. So will it happen? Maybe. But if it gets delayed a little bit, that's okay. But there are very, very many similarities between now and previous runs. Now, besides fractal patterns, there are a lot more bullish cases for Ethereum. For example, Vitalik just tweeted this out. It's been 1 year since the beacon chain has been released. Ethereum 2.0 beacon chain. This is a chain that is running side by side right now. And if you do stake in, and a number of staked ETH keeps going up, if you do stake in, unfortunately, you can't withdraw. Some people didn't know that before they staked in. But it's been 1 year, and Ethereum 2.0 is supposed to be out fully and merge with the current Ethereum 1.0 chain sometime before Q2 of 2022. But he did publish this roadmap, and it's a lot of stages. So first you have the merge, then you have the surge, then you have the verge, the purge, and the splurge, right? So there's a lot of stages to Ethereum 2.0. Even after it gets released, there's still a lot of work to be done. But first things first, we need to get the two chains to merge. Then you need to scale it with some kind of sharding mechanism, which many chains already has. And then there's other things to make it even greater, right? So this is what's coming up, and there's a lot of things that's being worked on right now. Now, besides this, what else is there? Well, while we're waiting, the ETH burning continues, and it's nearing 5 billion, okay? Almost 1.1 million ETH. 5 billion has been taken out of circulation. And that's within just a matter of months. Imagine if this continues on, how much more is going to be taken out of circulation. So this is pretty positive for Ethereum, causing a price to go up because it's causing ETH to be deflationary, and there's many other things that's causing it to be deflationary. For example, if you look at total value locked of all the chains out there, and I showcase this a lot with Binance Smart Chain, with Solana, with Avalanche and Terra, their TVLs are growing, right? But the biggest one by far is Ethereum, which makes up about 65% of all TVL out there. That shows you how big it is compared to everything else out there. You look at a TVL of all other L1s and L2 combined is not even close to the total value locked within Ethereum. That's the separation between Ethereum up here and everyone else is down here. And you add everyone up, it's not even half of Ethereum's total value locked. So kind of shows you how far ahead they are. And it's not just with DeFi. Look at total sales and trades in 2021. Ethereum makes 90% of all, makes up 90% of all NFT trades. There's a big gap between Ethereum and other chains like Wax and Flow and Polygon and Solana. It's not even close. Okay? If you're wondering why Ethereum has congestion issues, it's because of this. DeFi is by far the biggest, and NFT sales by far the biggest, right? And it keeps growing because now metaverses are very popular. For example, Solana. I mean, not Solana, Sandbox and Decentraland, right? $106 million worth of virtual land, which both projects are running on top of Ethereum. They're ERC20 based. Both of them are blowing up right now, and of course is causing a lot of excitement for metaverses, and of course this helps with Ethereum. Now, other things that's going on, for example, the number of ETH addresses holding at least 0.1 ETH is skyrocketing to the moon right now, right? This is not stopping. So the number of holders, the number of addresses continue to go up. And of course, on the flip side, the number of ETH on exchanges keeps dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. And this is what you want to see. It's a matter of supply and demand. If you want price to go up, you need one of the two to fall, right? Supply to fall, or demand, or I should say demand to go up. And right now, that's what's happening. Demand is going up, supply is going down, right? And lastly, you have others like Raoul Pal, former Goldman Sachs, guy. A lot of people trust what he says, and he loves Ethereum. In fact, he made a bold statement that Ethereum should be at $30,000. So this 12,000 prediction is actually conservative. It's very tame compared to him, and he feels that Ethereum is the greatest trade of them all right now. And he's not alone. There's many people that feel this way, and there's other things that I don't even have in terms of companies that's starting to buy Ethereum as a alternative, to Bitcoin. And it's just, there's a lot going for Ethereum. There's a lot going for Ethereum. So that's all. That's what I want to say. This is why Ethereum is set to go higher. And this is why you don't want to ignore it. I know how you guys feel. A lot of you guys are like, hey, Ethereum is too big. There's no way that the potential is there, right? I'm going to get into something else. And there's nothing wrong with holding anything else like Solana or Cardano or Terra or Avalanche. But still, you don't want to miss out on Ethereum. It does provide stability. It does help provide stability for a portfolio. And there's still much gains to be had from it. All right, so that's pretty much it for Ethereum. Before I get in Q&A, do you have a sponsor? The existing partner I had before, and that's Aurox and Aurox Terminal. I've used them for months and months and months. A great terminal, absolutely free, but they have added so many features now. Now there are some features that require you to hold Aurox, but they wanted to announce that they are moving their smart contracts portion, which is the Aurox Lend, to Polygon. One of the reasons why Polygon I'm so bullish on, because there's so many projects, ERC20 based projects, especially going to Polygon. And why this is significant is because Aurox have expanded besides from just their terminal. They have trading from multiple exchanges, DEXs and centralized exchanges, and now they are coming out with a lending program. And what's the beauty of this is because it's on Polygon, basically it's feeless. You don't have to worry about fees, and they're going to make it really easy for everyone to be able to, within the terminal, to borrow and utilize that collateral to trade right away without all the bridges, the messy transfers. It's all going to be in one. So they are making this move, and it should help them quite a lot in the future. So just want to get that. Just wanted to announce that. Other than that, that's it. Q&A. Let's do it. All right. Let me scroll up. Let me see. Steven, I just saw what you said. I'm not going to repeat it, but that's pretty funny. All right. Jack, okay. All right, what else is there? Let's see. Shout out from Houston. Thank you, Miguel. Appreciate it. D-Mill says, value locked in ETH is because people can't afford gas to move their coins. I have a small amount that I won't move until gas fees are gone. Well, you'll be waiting literally for years then. All right. Production. I think you mean prediction of CRO December, please. Just know that I think it's going to go higher. Everything is on track. I believe if Bitcoin goes higher, and I do believe it will happen, everything else, especially all the promising ones, will go up. Crypto.com emerged as one of the big powerhouses of exchanges now, so I do believe they're going to go higher. ADA should be at $50. I don't think that's the case. Maybe someday if they overthrow Ethereum, but right now, at least we're seeing Cardano come up. I've talked about that many times over the past few days. Sunday swap, Sunday swap, Sunday swap. Let's see what happens with Sunday swap. All right, let's see. ADA is king. Billy, who's been a member for 3 months, asked, are you picking up any land for George's hangout? You know, that would be awesome. But land is so expensive now. But I kind of had the idea this morning. Like, hey, I should pick up some land in Sandbox or Decentraland and just create, like a piece of property, right? That would be cool, but they're insanely expensive. I'll take a look at it, though. That'd be cool. Maybe I'll do some drops from within. What do you think will be the major day-to-day pay with crypto in North America? Just got my Crypto.com card. Do we see discount Lakers tickets when you pay? I mean, they can make that happen, sure. But I don't know. Day-to-day, there's a lot. You could already use cards like from Crypto.com or from BlockFi, like their fully fledged credit card, Bitcoin Rewards credit card, or you could use crypto itself, right? You could use Flexa, you could use Strike, you could use Cash, a Cash app. There's a lot of financial apps, I should say, that you could use to pay. What will ADA go to? I think if things go smoothly, with Sunday swap, Cardano can go right back up to $3 in no time, and could they end up around $9, $10 by the end of this run? Sure, I think that can happen. Thoughts on Telos? Well, Telos is promising because of their EVM that they just announced. So it's a layer 2 for EVM, for Ethereum-based dApps. So that seems to be all the excitement right now, right? DeFi Kingdoms will be launching on Avalanche. I heard that they opened up like liquidity pools already or something within DeFi Kingdoms, but they have been doing well. What's your highest target for Matic? They're about $2-ish, right? So Matic, I always felt like was undervalued. So now they're starting to move. I think they could continue to go. I think Matic belongs in the top 10. At this point, I mean, I just talked about Aurox moving to Polygon. Unstoppable Domains moved to Polygon. Autograph NFT, maybe Coinbase NFTs go to Polygon. So I think they could go higher, much higher. Can you look at My Network as a new meta token that launched? No, I'm going to skip out on that. Daryl Jones, appreciate it. Let's see. What's your take on Stellar being the only blockchain invited to the U.S. Treasury on the future of finance? Nothing. The The U.S. Treasury is not going to be using Stellar to make no digital USD. That's for sure. They're probably going to get some advice or something because they helped other countries do it. But there's no take that they're going to be helping the U.S. with digital USD. I've been looking into optimistic. Ethereum L2 seems cool very early. E2 supposedly coming in 2022. What are your thoughts on L2s? There's a lot of L2s. There's a lot of L2s and a lot of L1s are EVM compatible, right? Even IOTA is launching one. So there's a lot of competition out there. Let's just put it out that way. A lot of competition. They're all fighting for Ethereum dApps until Ethereum 2.0 comes out. And then we'll see. Then the games really begin. What exchange can I use to trade items? Altcoins? I think you're trying to say altcoins, Darren. Look at, there's many out there. Look at KuCoin, look at Crypto.com, look at Gate.io, Binance.us. There's a lot of them out there. Tranquil Finance is the first ever money market out of Harmony's ecosystem. Let's see. That sounds pretty cool. Man, they're not doing well at all. no traction at all. First algorithmic money market protocol for Harmony 1. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. I mean, you could supply and you could borrow, right? You could get a good amount of API right now, but it just seems like they don't have a lot of traction right now. 55 million supplied is not bad. Not bad. So, but they have no traction. So, I don't know. Cocktail Bar is a casino opening metaverse soon. All casino profits will go to the holders. Okay, any thoughts? No thoughts. No thoughts. Atari already has a casino, I believe. And casinos, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Some people enjoy it, some people don't. There's some, gambling is still kind of taboo. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just put it that way. What was the branding name that you said? No, it's not Brandy. Shoot. What do you call it? It was Louis the 13th. It's a bourbon, I think. No, it's not a bourbon. I forgot what it was. Yeah, I forgot. If it's not a brandy. I think it's a bourbon. No, it's not a bourbon. It's cognac. That's what it is. It's cognac. Louis 13. It was smoother than even Johnny Walker Blue Label, but it costs a hell of a lot more. They use like a real gold cap, and it's heavy as hell. What exchange can I trade options with non-crypto? I don't know, and I don't suggest you to trade options at all. There's no exchanges that does it. There's only a Dearbit that allows you to trade options, but I highly suggest that you don't. Thoughts on BPro? Well, BPro I heard has been doing pretty well. They launched their mainnet. There's still a code base to help many other projects to get involved with NFTs and tokenization and all this stuff. So I think they're doing okay. It's cognac, yeah. I only tried it because I was at one of those Brazilian steakhouses and they were rolling a cart around and they're like, oh, I'm like, what's the best thing you have? And they're like, okay, that. And I'm like, okay, I'll try it. So it was like a little sip for like $70 or something. Shiba. What do you think? Sam asked, I'm 75% ETH, 25% in Bitcoin. I think you're a little heavy in ETH. I think you need to distribute a little more. If you're going to be holding just ETH and Bitcoin, I think you should do 50-50 down the line. So I think that would be a little bit better. VVS Finance. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. Those Brazilian steakhouses suck. They usually have the cheapest meat. I don't know about that. I've been to a few and they're pretty good. Jordan, I'm still frustrated with the response about land. There are free-to-create metaverses that have millions of players. I don't know what you're talking about. There probably isn't even a million players in Decentralized and Sandbox, so I don't know what you're talking about. There's no other free project that had millions of players, and even if there was, their land would be worthless because it's free to play and free to own, right? There's a reason why. There's a reason why value is derived with these metaverses is because they're expensive. That's why they're worth something. If they weren't, then they wouldn't be worth anything. So I don't know what your argument is, and I don't think there's any other metaverse plays that's decentralized that are free that has millions of players. That just doesn't exist. What's my favorite beer? Just cheap stuff. Miller Lite, Heineken Light, everything light. Let's see, Wax. I like Wax. I think Wax is really undervalued. I mean, they're stuck around what, 1 billion. I mean, they should be a lot higher. They hooked up with so many brands, and their NFT sales are insane. So actually, Wax I think they're really undervalued. Yeah, they're about 1 billion, about 61 cents. They were a little bit higher, about $1 each. So could be a good time to pick up. They sold off this week, 25%. Kiko, appreciate it. That's why I drink light beer, for the calories, for low calories, not for the taste. All right. I don't know. Someone asked me that. I don't know what ISO 20022 is. It's emerging global and open standard for payments messaging. Okay, and banks are converting to it. It's just a Google way. I don't know. I don't know what that means. If the governments are going to demand that crypto projects have to be ISO 20022, okay, maybe then some of those projects you named will be the de facto projects for payment services, but that just means that other projects will get it or just be ignored because not everyone in the world cares about that. VVS Finance is on Kronos Network. I don't even know what Kronos Network is. End of year prediction, I've already said it, Chris. A lot higher than where it is now. Lots of people think the next big markets are adult entertainment and gambling. Do you know any cryptos in this space? Yeah, there's a few. Cummies is in the adult industry. Gambling, Atari, and someone else just mentioned about one too. But, there's always like tabooness to them, right? And not every jurisdiction's going to allow it. And right now, maybe they're allowed in most countries, but that's because it's still unregulated, and in the future they will probably be regulated. So I don't know. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Overall, gotta wait for Bitcoin. It's still kind of stuck going sideways, but in the meantime, some altcoins are doing good. And the main topic is Ethereum. Don't sleep on it. There's still a lot of potential with Ethereum. So definitely stock up if you can. All right. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Take care, guys. Bye-bye.